after some back and forth negotiations, Twitter accepted Elon Musk's bid to buy the social media giant. The deal comes at a price of $44 billion and is expected to be finalized later this year. So with Musk taking over, what changes may we expect to the social media platform, if any?
Yeah, here to talk more about this is Shelly Palmer, professor of advanced media in residence at the Newhouse School of Public Communications. Shelly, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So the big quote going around from Elon Musk is free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. Musk also said he doesn't have confidence in Twitter's management. So outside of that regulatory approval, what do you predict comes next?
Everyone's speculating what free speech means to Elon Musk, right? Because when we think about the First Amendment, that says the government can't tell you how to think or what to say. Free speech doesn't mean free of consequences. It just means the government can't tell you what to say and put you in jail if you say something that the government's unhappy about. So how does Elon Musk define free speech, and what does that mean? The test has always been you can't cry fire in a crowded theater. This is yet to be seen, because we have many instances and examples of completely open platforms, and they don't go well.
And Shelly, the question here also is, did he get a good deal here in that, are there going to be enough people or enough sort of, do people actually use Twitter? I know that they do, but compared to like Facebook and Instagram, is there a comparison here? Is it on the same platform?
Twitter fights so far above its weight, it's almost unbelievable. With just a few 100 million daily active users compared to billions of daily active users on the other social platforms, Twitter is a one-to-many, almost like broadcasting. But look at who does use it the most. Politicians tend to announce important things. Their sports figures and celebrities tend to announce and or weigh in. So Elon is correct. It does serve as a kind of a town hall, but it's very one-sided because the conversations are out of context by definition. You tweet something like, "Oh, that was terrible." You got to go back and find out what are you talking about? You have to know what conversation you're in. So the way to think about it is, if you were the snack parent, is that the platform you would use to organize your snack for the kids that afternoon? The answer is no. There are many other messaging apps that will do a better job, but the tech community uses it to communicate. Politicians, sports figures, celebrities.
Is he going to let Donald Trump back on there?
Yeah, speaking of politicians.
I think that's a great question for Elon. It's the question I've been asked the most. Will they let former President Trump back on, on the platform? There are terms and conditions no matter what. What I think is interesting is he says he's going to open up the algorithm in a way that we'll make it open source so that we can see exactly how Twitter is putting the content in front of us. Well, I'll believe that when I actually see it. And he also said that he's going to, and this is the most important part, that he's going to get rid of malicious bots. There's so much bot traffic on Twitter. And his quote, and I love this quote, it's the single biggest problem, he says, goes, "If our Twitter bid succeeds, we will defeat the spam bots or die trying." It's like, that'll be great. That'll literally be great. So we'll see.
So you're cool with getting rid of those spam bots and that algorithm. Can you talk a little bit more about what that means, is making the algorithm more transparent? Meaning,
sure.
Yeah, can you explain what that means? In other words, Twitter's algorithm. Yeah, go ahead.
You don't see all of the tweets that come from everybody. If you do a tweet, roughly 5% of your followers will see it. And Twitter uses a birds of a feather algorithm. It's secret, but basically the way it works is it looks to see what your tweet is about and who's in your immediate circle and how they respond. And the algorithm is tuned to try and get the most engagement out of every single tweet. And engagement is the #1 thing that all algorithms and all social media platforms are tuned to do, and they use your feedback to do it. But no one quite knows how they work because they're considered trade secrets. Elon says he's going to open source or make available to coders the algorithm itself so everyone can see how the algorithm decides what content you see. And it's always been a very, very big bone of contention. It's like, I tweeted something and only 5% of my followers saw it. Why? Why didn't everybody see it?
Right.
Well, now we see who's going to be the next person buying Twitter, and we'll find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, like Shelly said, we'll believe it when we see it, right?
Shelly Palmer, thank you so very much.
You got it, guys.
And we want to hear from you. Will Elon Musk